talk personal life. So, people who followed me for a while will know that I'm involved in running a bar in the city that I live in. It's called Legacy Cafe Bar. You can find it on Facebook, and we're in the process of opening up an esports bar above it because it has an extra floor that's unused. So, yeah, anybody who's followed me for a while knows all of this is true. At the moment, the place is really doing my head in. I've been incredibly stressed with it for a few reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the company that owns it, owns the brick and mortar of it, a company called Admiral Taverns, are just really, really unwilling to fork out any money to help with the renovations that need doing upstairs. Unbelievable. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for stopping by. So I'm really stressed out with it at the moment. I mean, the major thing is because the place is just becoming one massive money pit. At the moment... Oh, there we go. There's a link from Commander Alien. So, at the moment, the place has just turned into one money pit. I think we've sank about £40,000 into it at the moment. And we're kind of right on the... Thank you very much for the follow. Right on the edge of what is affordable to get the upstairs finished. We really want to get the upstairs finished because we want to open a gaming esports bar. But like I said, the place has just become one big, massive money pit for us. Like, the company that owns it... Actually, the company that owns it, I'm just going to call them a brewery. Because back in the day, breweries would own bars. They're not a brewery, they're a pub club. Easier to say brewery. So the brewery that owns it is a little bit unwilling to invest money into the upstairs, even though they gave us assurances that they would pay for 90% of the renovation work that needed doing. As long as we agreed to do most of the work ourselves rather than hiring in big contractors, what we've agreed to do. We've got little local contractors do it all, and they are still unwilling to walk out. Like I said, we're in the hole about 40 grand at the moment. So that is kind of what's stressing me out. When it comes to running a business, you kind of need to know at what point it's a good idea to just say, I've given it a good go, it's time to get out, before you just end up losing all of money. So the place, the other problem we've had is now, like, we got carte blanche to do whatever we wanted with the place because it was technically, although they were investing the money, we were investing it first and then claiming it back from them. We kind of got permission and carte blanche to do whatever we want. Now they are kind of saying that their business department is telling them that they're not sure how economically viable a gaming and sports cafe is, probably because most of them don't even know what esports is. So that's part of the reason that they're unwilling to give us the money. The problem we've got is we don't have a full-on contract. We just had a verbal statement saying that they would reimburse us. Looks like they are going to reimburse us some, but only about 8 to 10,000. Like I said, we're about 40,000 in the red at the moment with the renovations. So I'm super stressed with that. It's taking up a lot of my time, especially on evenings and weekends, which is why you haven't seen a Saturday stream for a while, why you haven't seen me join SirCon in ages, or even Sir Havoc in a little bit. I know the last time with Sir Havoc was because I was a little bit sick, but the reason that I haven't been doing a lot of evening streams is because of all of this. I'm kind of stuck in this situation. So when you run a business and when you do something like this, you kind of have to know the point where it's time to just call it quits, cut your losses and get out. So I'm kind of about 50-50 at the moment whether to just get Christmas and New Year out the way. That's obviously our biggest trading times. Just sort of done with the place and get out before I end up owing them like everything. Or I end up owing somebody my life, my house, my family, my firstborn child. So that's kind of where I am at the moment. Having been a suit and tie banker, you know that.
Warning, temperature.
Aren't verbal contracts be banning? Yes, they can, but it was. It looks like they are going to reimburse us for what they're saying is they're going to reimburse us for major works, but things like fixing the floor, fixing the roof, getting new fixed seating put in, getting the bar outfitted. All that kind of stuff, they look like they will pay for it. But things like getting plasma screens in, getting a high capacity fibre cable laid, getting getting all of the wiring done for HD screens, getting all of the... basically all of the sort of next generation stuff looks like they're not willing to pay for, and that's still going to be about $5,000. So yeah, a little bit stressed with it at the moment, so I'm kind of just, I'm in two minds about what to do. So I'm going to get Christmas and New Year out the way, see how things go from there, and then make a decision whether we want to move forward with the business or not. You never know, I might become a full-time streamer and YouTuber after that, who the hell knows. You saw Sir Havoc on Star Citizen asking for suggestions on YouTube content today. Yeah, Sir Havoc needs to get back into making YouTube videos, I think. Old money doesn't understand the evolution of new money, unfortunately. Did I think about crowdfunding? No, I didn't really think about crowdfunding. Although I have seen a few esports bars go up on things like Indiegogo and GoFundMe, and they've always just fell apart. Like, the project never gets funded and all that kind of stuff, so I don't know how successful a campaign like that would be.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Well, if the running business itself brings revenue, there is... well, that's the problem, Ultimo Hombre, because the upstairs has been out of commission for so long. We've kind of been operating with half a business, so the place hasn't been doing that great. It's kind of just below break even at the moment, and it's been just below break even for the past sort of 5 or 6 months. So I think getting the upstairs done will really be the turning point. If that can be successful, then we're all good, but if not, then we have to start looking at viability now. But yeah, the place hasn't traded above break even for sort of 6 months now.
Frameshift drive
well, since it opened, but you expect sort of, I mean, in a bar, I mean, people say you don't expect to make money in the first year. With a bar, especially in a decent busy area, you'll 6 months. If it's still trading below break even after 6 months, trouble.
4